Hi, welcome back to a new episode of the Greatest Book Club in the World. Aka Book Club. And today, guys, one extremely special episode, guys, because today, guys, we're on episode number 294, guys. 294, which is huge amount of episode, which is crazy. Shout out to all of us, guys, for being able to do this stuff. And guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're already familiar with the channel, welcome back. My name is Zeki, I'm the host, and with this podcast, guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Zeki, and I'm the host. And guys, I truly believe that English is the number one tool that teach one of us must acquire knowledge to be successful in life, and the second tool that is going to help us a lot, it's not get well from the camera. And guys, if you take those two skills and you combine them together, you can create great content to the internet, and you can influence billions of people all around the world. So I don't recommend to work on those things. But saying that, I'm aware of the fact that sometimes it might be challenging to speak in English and to work on your own dreams and to be on the camera. And I also faced this thing when, and then I also faced this thing when I started my own journey. So what I'm doing with this podcast, I'm trying to inspire other people to do the same, and also work on your own English and to be learn together how to cover English, how to be more confident to stand for the camera. And I'm doing so by giving you guys a self example, by showing you guys my journey to become an English master and a master communicator in front of the camera. And we read books on this channel in English, books that I like about motivation, about business, entrepreneurship, psychology, marketing, and stuff, because I find it interesting. And I think that if you master those skills, it's going to really help us a lot to make a great content and to build our strategy in whatever area that you want. Like I have my motivation channel, and I use a lot of the tips that I learned from this podcast to implement, and I implement a lot of the tips that I learned from the podcast doing on my motivation channel, the strategies, and in my own in my personal life, the goals that I want to achieve, and all the stuff. So guys, I really hope that this podcast will inspire you. Yeah, the ladies and gentlemen, this is about the podcast you to also do the same and also work on English and to inspire the world and show us the world, because it's really important, guys. You're unique, and there's only one of you all around the world in the history of human, and in the future there is going to be only one of you. It's really important that you share a message with the world, because you have a unique way, and it's important that you spread this uniqueness in the world, guys. So guys, just do it. And you know, guys, when you create content, some days you might get like I post reels on some of my Instagram accounts, me and King Show, and I had like 40 followers or something like this, and I post the reel, and I didn't know, I thought that maybe I can get 10 views, 12 views. I posted in 11 and a half in the noon, in the PM, and I woke up in the morning, 12, 10, 40, 11, and almost in just 12 hours, I didn't believe it, but we reached 3,000 people, guys. We reached 3,000 views. My first reels on this account. Yes, so sometimes you get this, well, for me it's going to viral, and sometimes when most of the videos that I post, I get 1 view, 10 views, 20 views, and my motivation channel, when I post reels, now I have this reel is going really viral, 270 views. And you know, and on this channel itself, I'm like 270 something episode on this channel, and I got 250 views, total views. 2 subscribers, guys. Shout out to my 2 subscribers. You see, you put the content, and sometimes not even nobody's going to watch it. But anyway, I do it, and if you focus, and I think that if you focus on the short term, it's all question against you, or against in which game you play. If your game is a short game business, like you need to get the result now, we sell some products, and I don't know, we have some subjects you want, it's relevant for now, maybe we talk politics or something like this, or sport. So yeah, it's important to get the views now, but for me, I playing in the long game. I'm playing in not this day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, but someday I will be champion, like the Wendell Moreno said. So I don't know. Anyway, I didn't watch UFC 217. I wait to go back to come back to one. from the study and then to watch it. It was, so I don't know if it's still the champion or not. I don't know nothing. We will find out. We will find it out. So you see, he said, I've been playing long term in the terms now. I play for eternity, guys. I play for the next 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 1 million years. I'm documenting the life, how it's going to be, what it's going to, how it look like to be to live in 2032, and the street looks, and how it, my podcast and something like this, and I don't know, maybe in 1 million years from now, some AI is going to search the internet, analyze the internet, and be in some avatar. They make me live again in museum or something. I don't know, maybe in history class. So guys, if you're watching me, it's in 1 million years from now, 1 million 2022. Sorry to you guys, it's your boy AK. Yeah. So you see, today, guys, I got my friends behind me. She said, AK, I really love what you do. And I got you so much support. And guys, if you want to, so thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And guys, if you want to check her out, you know where you can find her. On 321 bang! That's right, you can find her. You can find her on Good Fun. And this great background uploaded to Good Fun by Mamala on 23 on May 2017. And it's downloaded already 720 times, guys. So yeah, shout out to her. Shout out to her. Of course, guys, we like the picture because it's a really nice one. That takes Titan. It's like a movie or something. I don't know. It's a boy? No, it's a girl. It's a girl. If you want to download the pictures, guys, you just need to choose the resolution from here. Press download. Right click on the picture. שמירת מודשים Igor עושה pictures in English. Igor is my name, which I'm from Israel. I don't know. Yeah. And tap down in the comment below what it in your language, guys, and in 1 million years from now, type down from on which planet you are. I don't know if you're still in this universe. In which universe you are and what is the language. If it's English, I don't know, but it's going to be the universe language, international universe language. You press on שמירת מודשים save pictures. Choose the right to save it on computer, press save, and kabbalah just like that, you will get this great background on computer. So thank you very much for Mala for sharing this great background fast, and thank you very much for the artist who made this great background for sharing it fast. And today, guys, today is the time that we are continuing our journey with your next 5 moves with Patrick with David, Master of the Art of Business Strategy. And we reach move number 5, guys. We are getting close to finish the book, and I really enjoyed this book, guys. I really enjoyed this book. I learned a lot and give me a lot of material to think about a lot of subject to think about in my own personal life. And I tell you that thanks to this book, I got a coach. Not only thanks to this book, but this book encouraged me a lot to apply to a new job. So, yeah, I will tell you how it's going. To be the director of the Department of Marketing and Public Relation. I think publicity, I don't know, call it the food. For the student union in Ariel, and let's see, in my university, and let's see what's going to happen. I have 2 plans if I'm going to get a job, what I'm going to do, and if I'm not going to get a job, I have another plan to make the 1,000 change reels 1 year to upload 1,000 reels in 1 year. Let's see. Let's see. So anyway, guys, if you want to check out this grand account, or if you want to check out the book, or Patrick David media social media accounts, when you know that I really recommend it, you got something in all the links there in the description. It also makes sure to check them out. And like, guys, if anyone with any suggestion for me myself on the podcast, okay, anyone of you want to go to the podcast, guys, the podcast, tell me message the phone, like this podcast. There's no other stuff, but I'm in English because I'm a guy. Since then, the comment also can arrange it. And of course, guys, feel free to share, to comment below something that you didn't maybe for the channel, maybe something that's it, and I suppose for me, or the book, or maybe you have your own life lessons that you want to share with us, something that you learned from your own experience or you saw in something else, in somewhere else. Feel free to do it, so all of us can enrich your life and improve thanks to you. And one next thing, guys, before we jump to the book, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the journey, and if you find it inspiring, please consider to subscribe to the channel, put the notification bell to get information of the extremely exciting episodes on coming to YouTube, and you know it's going to be 5 extremely exciting episodes per week. And you know that we're going to record the 300 special. 300 special is going to be released next week, so in 6 episodes. And you definitely don't want to miss and you definitely want to watch this episode. Definitely, like all the episodes are great and extremely great, extremely special. And when you got a special, it's going to be extremely special. You definitely want to do that. And like the video and show me if you're fun, guys. And you know, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks from you, and it's really have a big impact on me. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for the 2. And big shout out to my 2 subscribers, and the total 250 something views that I have. Thank you very much, guys. You're on the So, guys, before telling about introduction, let's just dive right into the book. And now it's to go to Shabbat. So I have like 20 minutes, I think, to record the book, to record the episode. So let's do it really quick, but quality. So guys, the next 5 moves of Patrick David, page 198 to 203. Read the Meat, the Legend by Patrick David, Master of the Art of Business Strategy. In your next 5 moves, read the Meat, the Legend. Divine Money, the man himself. Give me some drum, please. Give me some drum, please. Give me some drum, please. It's your boy AK, yeah. That's what's up. That's me. So let's go. Move 5. Master Power Plays. Damn, sounds good. Chapter 13. How to beat Goliath, and control the narrative. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Jay-Z. Everyone in business is a Goliath, and it isn't always the biggest company in your industry. Your Goliath could be a company that is taking up a market share in a particular region, or it could be more localized, such as another salesperson in your own sales department who has more experience and bigger, more lucrative accounts. If you decide to go up against Goliath, you need to know that Goliath is bigger than you are, and there's more capital, experience, and resources, especially attorneys, than you do. Goliath also has a well-known reputation and brand. As a result, Goliath is more comfortable than you are. If, knowing all this, you are still dedicated and committed to taking on Goliath, you would better know the obstacles you face. Hopefully, you also see an opportunity. If Goliath is comfortable and, as a result, less paranoid, you have an opening to make your moves. I want to make one thing very clear. This fight isn't for everyone. The odds of beating real Goliath are stacked against you. Who would have thought that the small Walmart could practically put Kmart out of business? For every story of Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, there are tens of thousands of stories of individuals and companies that lost everything. Beating Goliath is double, D-O-A-B-L-E, but it requires being someone who can tolerate pain. If you are still thinking about trying to do it, keep reading. Things to know before facing a Goliath in business. 1, you will be afraid. As scary as the thought of losing money is, it might be even more painful to your ego to put yourself out there and fail. 2, you will have panic attacks and anxiety. If you don't, it's a sure sign that you haven't put yourself out there. Out there means you have to devote everything you have got to delivering. That is going to cause a tremendous stress. Be bullied and drafted. This will result not only from trying to take on Goliath, but also from even thinking it's possible. It will bring a lot of scrutiny scrutiny. So you would better brace yourself for negative attention. 4. You have to be delusional. In this case, being crazy will actually work in your favor. You would better be a bit off if you think you can dethrone Goliath. They be crazy enough to think that I can be, I'm going to be the greatest content motivation content creator in all times. Mark my word. 5. You will have to work 10 times harder than you think. 5. You will have to work 10 times harder than you think. Just when you think. דני, אתה מפריע. 5. You will have to work 10 times harder than you think. Just when you think you are at your limit. It will take 10 times that to defeat Goliath. Time with your family, of course, will decrease. And you can pretty much forget about hobbies, which is why it isn't for just everyone. Anyway. And 6, you will have to stay healthy to have the energy to compete. I worked myself into exhaustion, exhaustion, and hospitalization multiple times. It helped me build a tolerance for hard work. Each time I become roaring back even harder. I'm telling you this not because I want you to feel burning out, but so you can be prepared for doing so when you are in the throes of fighting for life. We move to when we broke down the sulfurics methodology. I told you the story about how Agon sued me right when I started my business and how it nearly put us out of business. Goliath had me by the throat and nearly took me down for the count. Once I escaped, I had the confidence to beat Goliath. More important, I understood why he could be beaten. Titled, Why Goliath Can Be Beaten. And Pedro David I need to check it. Maybe I think he have a video on bodytainment, by beating Goliath, and I need to check it. And if I add it in the description below. So title, Why Goliath Can Be Beaten. Are you still not afraid? It is great to hear, because I'm about to hit you with the good news. If you are prepared for the battle, you can win. If you're prepared for the battle, you can win. Yeah. I'm going to win 1 million subscribers on AK Motivation. At least 1 million. Here's why. Goliaths tend to get softer the more they win, and then eventually stop working as hard as they once did. Goliaths typically lose touch with the most current methods of marketing, since they rarely speak directly to customers. Goliath isn't as nimble as you. Goliath has too much to lose to take risks. Goliath can recruit the crazy and angry people because the crazy ones are turned on by underdogs who aspire to take out a Goliath. They would much rather go up against Goliath than join him. This explains why so many people were critical of Kevin Durant when he joined the Golden State Warriors the year after they broke the NBA record with 73 wins in a season. It may also explain why Durant left Goliath after winning 2 titles in 3 seasons. Even if you are up for the challenge, you must always respect Goliath. One ounce OUNCE of complacency, and it will knock you out. Goliath didn't get to where they are by pure luck. They are formidable for a reason. This market is much more rewarding when you defeat them. Here is how you can do so. Guys, I just did two clips. So search it in the description. It's under the page that I need. The links to the videos how to beat good height. It doesn't waste to beat good height. 1. Know your weaknesses. Learning your strengths is easy, but learning your weaknesses will enable you to be nimble and pivot when taking on your Goliath. 2. Know Goliath's weaknesses. You cannot fight Goliath where it is strong. You must find its Achilles heels and exploit it. 3. Master 3 things you do better. You set the terms of your battle in the marketplace. Use your strengths to master 3 things Goliath can't do and do them better than it can. And do them better than it can. 4. Don't try to be Goliath. You can learn moves and information from Goliath. But if you model yourself after it, how are you going to beat it? You have to take advantage of your own strengths, not someone else's. 5. Focus on specializing. Goliaths tend to generalize in order to spread their influence and power. You must specialize to capture a market share from them, capture market share from them. 6. When you are small, make yourself appear bigger. Walk tall and don't be intimidated by Goliath's size and strength. Embody your future truth, and compete as though you are the one with the advantage. 7. Keep a low profile initially. You are going to need a lot of help, and you will need time to get better. Don't waste your early years rubbing people the wrong way and making noise. Work on your business first before looking for a Goliath to fight. 8. Move quickly. Use your inherent advantages of strength and speed against Goliath. It can't move as fast as you can. It can't move as fast as you can. 9. Partner with competitors and share an enemy. 9. Partner with competitors that share an enemy. Goliaths create a lot of enemies. Look for your synergies. Look for your synergies with those enemies and build strategic alliance. 10. Study history. History can give you context and strategies that you never even thought of in your fight against Goliath. Knowledge is out there for you to harvest and can only help you. 11. Let other competitors wear your opponents down. Goliaths must fend off a lot of competitors, and you don't always need to be on the front lines. Turning back and letting someone else take the spotlight can help you focus your resources better and give you an advantage over Goliath. And 12. Don't disclose every aspect of your strategy. To a grandmaster, this should be self-explanatory. Title: Controlling the narrative. It's time to think about how and what to broadcast to the world, since all eyes are going to be on you. If you don't talk about what you believe in, what your views are, and who you are as an individual, the world is going to decide who you are. It's up to you to control the narrative and talk about what you are dealing with. If you don't, others will. Social media is a great equalizer. Title, I think it's going to be titled. Social media is a great equalizer. When I started my agency, Goliath used every resources it had to bully me. My competitors said horrible things about me and made up nasty rumors that could easily have ruined my reputation. That was when I fully grasped the fact that using social media properly would allow me to control the narrative. There are many different forms of bullying. It has evolved over the years. When your company is small, people will defame your character and spread rumors. I realized that the way to fight back was by controlling the narrative. When people hear the awful things about me, they would turn to Google to confirm their suspicions. To confirm their suspicions. And what did they find? That the monster they had heard about was very different from the guys they were watching online. I was able to control the narrative, and as a result, many of the people who heard the negative gossip about me ended up becoming my partners. Man, it's really good point. The whole book was worth to just for this point. So yeah, really good point. Think about uh, think about how different this was in the pre-internet world. Steve Jobs had to call a Playboy to ask it to write a story about him that offered this narrative. From the time Jobs did the interview until the time people saw it, 2 months had elapsed. Now 2 milliseconds elapsed between you writing something online and people reading that and people reading what you have written. Goliath can spend millions of dollars on PR. Meanwhile, you can make with an iPhone and get more views and make a bigger impact. Again, Goliath can spend millions of dollars on PR, public relations. Meanwhile, you can make a video with an iPhone and get more views and make a bigger impact. When you post, really share yourself. We have been brainwashed that we've been brainwashed that professionalism means only putting our best foot forward. The problem is that people don't connect with perfect robots. The problem is that people don't connect with perfect robots. They connect with all of who you are. Share mistakes and be vulnerable. If you talk only about what you do right, it's a turn-off. There is no way in the world anyone can make it to the top without making mistakes. People identify with you more. People identify with you more when you share your down moments. People will also identify with you if you challenge them to question your views. Ask them to share their thoughts. Ask for specific recommendations to solve problems. One, you will learn something. Two, you will increase your viewers or readers' engagement. Another key to connecting with your audience is to be consistent. Your audience should be your audience should know when they are going to hear from you and rely on a regular schedule of content. Two best selling authors have different approaches. People following safeguarding know they can expect a short and thoughtful daily blog post. Daniel Pink, on the other hand, sends out his pincast every other week. The key to both strategies is that each one's audience has an expectation that is met. Going hand in hand with consistency is integrity. Especially as you gain a following, you're going to get proposals to promote other people. Do not, something like nice, your brand. If you are going to take on a sponsor, you need to be aligned with the brand. Your followers will appreciate you if you stay solid with your message and don't sell out. This is going to require you to daily gratification and refuse a quick buck in order to play the long game of maintaining your integrity. Title. Be shameless about self-promotion. The first rule of self-promotion is that you have to be shameless. What holds people back is the fear of being judged. Visionaries have gotten past that. You can be afraid of judgment when promoting yourself. You want people to notice you. Phil Knight of Nike is shameless. Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys is shameless. Devin Rock Johnson is shameless. Kevin Hart is shameless. Do you think Arnold reached nearly 100 million Instagram followers by being timid? If you are not shameless, no one is going to know who you are. Yeah, guys, really good point. So, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I really have to finish the book, so podcast today because I have like 5 minutes for Shabbat, and I need to get iron my things. So, thank you very much, guys, and I really hope to see you all tomorrow. For the next episode of the guys, book of the book, book of Valentine. Have a great time. Take care, friend. Goodbye. Guys, today is Friday, 28th of January 2022, and the time now is 16:29, and I'm ready to go. יום שישי, 28/1/2022, מה שעכשיו יהיה 4:29, אני שם בדיוק זמן גץ. יאללה, איך להתקלח ולעוף לתפילה. להתראות.